Greetings, friends and viewers, and welcome to Vegetarianism, the Noble Way of Living. We are very pleased today to introduce to you Chef Brian Lucas, otherwise known as Chef BeLive. He is one of the pioneers of gourmet raw living cuisine, with more than a dozen years of experience as an executive chef and caterer. Throughout the years, notable people like U.S. President Barack Obama, the Hugging Saint Amachi, and actors Woody Harrelson and Keenan Ivory Wayans have all enjoyed Chef BeLive's unique raw cuisines. He has been invited as a guest chef in premier raw restaurants like Cousin's Incredible Vitality Restaurant in Chicago, Illinois, and Cafe Bella in Redondo Beach, California. Self-proclaimed a transitional gourmet raw vegan chef, Chef BeLive guarantees that your first raw experience will be equal to or better than your favorite traditionally cooked dishes. So let's step into the kitchen. Chef BeLive is going to share with us 2 delightful recipes.
Hello, I am Brian Lucas, aka Chef BeLive, here with the Supreme Master TV viewers to share some of my gourmet raw living vegan cuisine with you. Today the recipes I'm going to do are Thai nut pasta, and then I'm going to have a really awesome surprise for you at the end. We'll wait till then. So let me start here with the Thai nut pasta. Basically, in the raw vegan world, we have a few different types of noodles. One of the most popular is to make noodles out of zucchini or some type of squash. So one of the ways to do that is to actually take this vegetable slicer. You can Google vegetable pasta maker and find many different types of contraptions like this on the market. So another way to use, and I'll share another way we can make noodles with a vegetable peeler too. But first off, I'm going to show you here how we do it, how we do the long linguine style pasta. As you see, it comes out the end very long. You want to even like pull it apart once it's out a little bit so you don't get it too long, like when you're eating it, you get all caught up. As you see, I'm breaking it off after a little bit. Also creates, you can take the little zucchini or squash and put some olive oil and some herbs and pink salt or sea salt on it and make some little appetizers with it as well. I don't like to waste anything as much as possible. So here's a yellow summer squash, just to show you the different types of squashes you can use. Zucchini, yellow summer, basically anything, any type of a squash that can go into it's in a shape that you can put into this slicer. Some have, you know, crooked shapes and whatnot, which you can't use in this. But any of these that are like, you know, round or long, you can use. Another type of noodles that we use are kelp noodles. You buy it pre-packaged, but they are raw. They're really a great alternative for noodles in the raw vegan community. So there, as you can see, we have a bunch of pasta now. It's going to be great underneath this Thai nut pasta sauce that I'm going to make here in a moment. All of the recipes will be shared at the end of the show for you to copy down. So now I'm going to make a Thai nut pasta sauce. And how I'm going to do that is with cashews and macadamia nuts. Now, with all seeds and nuts, when you're eating a raw living diet, you want to always soak them. The reason being is there's an enzyme inhibitor in all seeds and nuts, and the enzyme inhibitor keeps it from growing. So once you soak it, it starts the germination process. Also, when you eat nuts and seeds that are not soaked, they're toxic to your body. So with the cashews and macadamia nuts that we're about to use, I've soaked them for about 8 hours. You want to soak at least 8 hours, and you want to rinse them 2 to 3 times when you are soaking. Any other nuts, such as almonds, you want to soak 24 hours. And always rinse your nuts in the soaking process. The The recipes I'm going to use today are going to be with cashews and macadamia nuts. So let's go to the blender and we're going to actually start making the Thai nut pasta sauce. The 2 or 3 horsepower blender is suggested and needed in the preparation of raw living foods, because when you're making sauces and when you're making certain pâtés and whatnot, you need the power or the blender will break. You know, when you're using nuts, they're pretty strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix cashews. These are all raw living cashews. A lot of raw cashews out there say they're raw, but they're not, because they use heat to actually hold them. So you have to look for truly raw cashews. Most of the things that I'm mentioning today you can find online. Just by Googling, you can find more information about them. So I'm going to put the macadamia nuts and cashews in here, and I'm going to grab a coconut, some coconut water to give it its water, its liquid. I'm going to use some garam masala. It gives it good Thai taste. And then, of course, the Thai basil is a must in this dish. Now, when I use herbs and I'm blending them into sauces and soups and whatnot, I don't take out the stems, because, once again, I don't like to waste. So I use the stems in there because it blends them up. With a 2-3 horsepower blender, you're getting the stems. It's going to become smooth. We're going to put a little bit of cayenne in. You can use Thai pepper or habaneros. Just depends on what type of a spice you want. I'm using cayenne, and I have cayenne in this recipe. And then a little bit of raw agave. Gives it a little bit of a sweet flavor. Raw agave is a low glycemic sweetener that comes from a cactus plant. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that. And last but not least, which is important in any gourmet, is the salt. Now, I recommend using pink salt or Himalayan salt. Definitely don't use iodized salt. It's toxic to your body as well. So now we're going to blend this up. A lot of times when somehow, like, I think it's a download from God, a lot of times when you're making raw living foods, it just works. You know, like this, I don't even need to do anything to this. As you see, I didn't measure anything, and I just went with the flow, and then in the end I tasted it, and if I needed to add anything to it, I would have, but right now it's perfect. So, and I do recommend following the recipe, because I have measured it out and tested it, and it's like really good. I guarantee you'll love it. So now, as you can see, it's creamy, just like a sauce should be. So now we're going to take this and we're going to pour it on top of the pasta and make an incredible Thai pasta dish. So let's see here. One more thing I'd like to share with you is another way to make noodles without this contraption here. You can take a vegetable peeler and you basically just like peel it into noodle size. Usually I would use a long zucchini. I don't have any more here, so just you can get the idea here. You just basically, if you have a long zucchini, you just take it, you get the long noodles, which works really well actually. So now we're gonna, just to show you how to prepare this, we're gonna take some pasta, which yes is simply just zucchini, and we're gonna pour some of the sauce on top. And then I'm going to use a little bit of Thai basil to garnish it. Let's grab a flower. There's a flower there. And let's chop some of this up here. Garnish is always nice. So as you can see, it makes a very nice pasta dish. Tastes even better.